speaking of politics and political things, that is to say, according to the Christians, we're going to talk about politics and political things according to something or another thing, or things, or in other words, according to Christians. And you can also spell Christians like this, and you can hashtag that. 3, 2, 1, go. Hashtag ANTI, then this. CHRIST. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. That was a joke. A lot of jokes in here tonight. Yeah. JOKE, and then a space. Then a hashtag, then an S. Gotta make sure to get that laugh in there so everybody knows we're just joking. I don't want to offend any Christians. And that's the definition of Christian SF. Or Antichrist, in other words. Okay, sure. Count it down from a 5. Yeah, go. Ready? Begin. A 5, a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1. Yeah, that was a little better. Try it again. Yeah, now that was a winner. That's gonna show him for sure that it was a joke. Yeah, see, we're only joking here. This is just a satire. Hashtag SA4. Hey, you mind doing that again? Only do it the right way. Okay, fine. Fine.
Going to go ahead and go with a no space in between the E and the following letter, which is to kill, to steal, and to destroy.
So how are you going to vote? And the Christians need to know. Who are you going to vote for? And then you got to let us know. And you can go ahead and send that information to Christian with a capital SS at the end, care of the Christian Industrial Human Social Media Pedial Complex, aka the Christian Industrial Human Social Media Pedial Sandwich Board, aka the Christian Industrial Human Social Media Pedial Complex / Sandwich Board. Now, can we go ahead and give one more laugh on that? Yeah. Come on, do it right.
To find out the definition of anything.
How was that? Much better, thank you.
And if we get a hashtag on that, please hashtag. In other words, the Christian Industrial Human Social Media Pedial Complex.
Oh, now, have you ever noticed, when I say have you ever noticed, have you ever taken a look at or possibly observed, either by accident or on purpose, and I don't know, it might be this way, maybe it's not, maybe it is, or we can take another look at it. But have you ever noticed how it is that Christians are always obsessed with, or act like they're obsessed with, or act like their job is to be obsessed with politics, as in left versus right? And it seems as though they're obsessed with bashing certain aspects or affiliations or groups, so to speak, or sectors or sections of the political spectrum or political field, so to speak. Revenge of the Christ. Also, let's think some terms given us by Christians, and let's go ahead and double check this. Check the source, and we're going to see now. Libtard. Let's go ahead and get a spelling on that. Hashtag LIB, and then this. TARD. And that says libtard. And Christians love saying that, libtard. And let's go ahead and check to see where that came from. Let's see if that actually came from Christians or not. Let's look that up in the Bible. Let's see, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Acts, and Romans. So far, haven't been able to find that word, libtard. Hey, listen, can we get some Christians on the line, please, and see who came up with that word, libtard? Let's go ahead and look at the Gospels into the red letter portions of the Bible. Oh, yeah. Here it is. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. Unless you're a libtard. In that case, yeah, Jesus is the greatest mass killer in the history of everything. And you know that when Jesus comes back, he's going to kill everybody that's not like me, that is a follower of Jesus, that's a Christian, that I be a believer in fairy tales such as this. When Jesus
Jesus comes back, he's coming back to kill everybody that sound like me.
So we're going to go ahead and get a definition here on libtard. And let's go and see if we can get a Christian on the line here. One of the Christians with a capital S at the ending, or two, so that it's Christian SS with a capital S at the end, and then another one, yes. How about 1 Corinthians and 2 Corinthians? Even see if we can go ahead and find 3 and 4 somewhere they're out there. And if you can't find 3 and 4, let's go ahead to 1st and 2nd Thessalonians. How about this? Galatians, Ephesians, and Philippians. Say now, can a libtard show the fruit of the Spirit? Just double checking here. What is a libtard, anyways, when in regard to the fruit of the Spirit? Love, joy, peace, long suffering? No, not for libtards. Okay, just check it. Libtard. Say it again with me. Libtard. Well, now you just might be the great whore of Babylon. Oh, hashtag LOL. If your favorite word or one of them is libtard, meanings and implications of things. So now we're going to see if we can go and find this word. Who's using it? Libtard. Say it again. Pronounce it carefully. Libtard. Libtard. Yeah, libtard. Now, what's a libtard? Well, a libtard's anybody that doesn't agree with the Christians. No, I'm just joking. These are just jokes. No. Come on, these are all just jokes. Now, friends, this is all just a bunch of comedy, jokes, and satire. Come on, take it easy now, libtards. Oh, let's talk a little bit about the pro-life agenda. What is the pro-life agenda? What is the pro-life agenda based on, and whose is it? And how is it to be implemented? In other words, how is or how will the pro-life agenda be implemented? Or, in other words, how shall the implementation of this pro-life agenda occur? Hashtag, and let's get that again, please. Yes, hashtag, and then this, the pro-life agenda. Yeah, hashtag this. The pro-life agenda. And did you hashtag it? Yes, good. What does it mean? In other words, the pro-life agenda. And does it make a difference whose it is? Or in other words, what kind of stamps are we going to support? Based on what kind of life we are pro. Also, where will this be applied? Or this agenda, in other words, where, or in other words, in what zip code will this pro-life agenda be applied and enforced, also maintained? And can we go ahead and get a definition on life? Please, L-I-F-E. And don't forget the hashtag, yeah. Just to make it a Christian, with an S. Yeah, capital SS if you want, most likely. But not all the most likely, just the most likely in the general. Don't want to broad brush everybody. Yeah, you know. Especially when we're just joking around. Yeah, these are just jokes. Take it easy, folks. Yeah, like I said, we're just joking. Joking around with these Christians. Jokers, that is. And let's get that one more time. Hashtag. Yeah, the pro-life agenda. With a capital A-G-E-N-D and then an A. And that spells agenda. Yeah, I got an agenda. The pro-life agenda. Now, where can you find this information, or where are we going to look for information on the pro-life agenda? Say now, does anybody really even care about this pro-life agenda, or is it just me? Yeah, that's my agenda. I have one, all right. It's called the pro-life agenda. Yeah, agenda. Now, did I mention that my agenda is spelled, in other words, you can spell my agenda using all capital letters. By the way, now, let's go ahead and review this. My agenda is spelled using capital letters. How is your agenda spelled? Or in other words, so my agenda's bigger than yours. You want to test agenda sizes here? You want to see whose agenda's bigger? Okay, fine. Disagree with people. I don't have to hate them. I can disagree and hold a different position than you. I don't have to hate you to be in a disagreement with your behavior or to point out your behavior or to point out that I disagree with your behavior or that I don't believe that your choices are in line with mine, whether political, social, or religious, however you want to define them. Now, you can disagree with me. We can still be friends. I can disagree with you, and I can still be friends with you if you'll have me. Now, you might not want me as a friend, and that's okay. That's fine. You don't have to have me as a friend, but one thing's for sure. I don't have to be mean to people. I don't have to hate anybody if I'm going to point out behavior in them or from them, or that belongs to them that I don't agree with. Also, if I vote in different way than you, or you vote a different way than me, then you can hate me if you want, or I can hate you, but we don't have to. Do you understand that or not? Maybe let's go on over it one more time. Yeah, go, take it from the top. If we disagree, then we don't have to hate. Unless you want to, then maybe that means you're one of them Christians. Did you get that? It was a joke by the laugh at the end. Yeah, one of them Christians. Yeah, it's a joke. We're just joking now, Christians. We're not really trying to be mean. We're just telling a few jokes on behaviors. Like, for instance, how a lot of people like to hate people that disagree with them, or they like to say that they hate them, or they like to chant things like, lock them up. Hey, now, have you ever noticed how Christians are always into locking people up, or talking about how they like to lock certain people up? Or see justice served for certain people? Hey, won't that be great when we all stand at the feet of Jesus and see justice served for all people? Yeah, especially certain ones, yeah. So now you can agree or disagree, but it doesn't mean you have to hate me. But I can do the same for you. That doesn't mean I don't have to hate you. It means I don't have to hate you if I don't want to. Now I can. As we've already stated, there's such a thing as free will, and there's also such a thing as people making choices. But if I want to make a choice to hate, that means I'm going to have to make a choice to do it. I don't have to, but I will. Nah, just kidding. This is a joke. Now, can we go and hashtag this? Hashtag the great whore of Babylon. Also, hashtag this is end times comedy. Hey, listen, get one more thing on there. Yeah, sure. If you're looking for smooth words, comedy, that's not it here. Neither is this designed to trigger or blow up anybody's heads or make anybody's heads explode. Neither are we making any jokes about making fun of rape survivors or sexual assault survivors. You're going to find that comedy somewhere else. Find it with some other Christian comedians. Oh, yeah, and also not all Christian comedians. Not all cops and not all plumbers. Also, not all Christians in general. We don't want to generalize everybody, scoop everybody up in the same net, so to speak. Generalize, broad brush everybody. We want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I assume some of them are good people. Anyways, as we were saying, you don't have to hate. You can make all these choices, you can do all these things, and you don't have to hate unless you want to. Also, if this doesn't apply to you, then don't worry about it. If you're not a Christian, or if you're not the great whore of Babylon, don't worry about it. None of this applies to you, unless, of course, then you want it to. In that case, then it will. All right, have a nice day.
Same thing as the first thing. Except you put a N-O-T at the beginning of it.
Let's go ahead and state it this way. This is not, or this act, shall we say, or this whole thing here is not to confuse, or rather it's not designed to confuse or put off or offend anyone or any person or any audience. And if it does, well then, sorry about that.
He stumbled, but I go that I may awaken out of sleep. Then said his disciples, Lord, he shall do well. Thy brother shall rise again. One thing and another, you're talking about what a Christian is. I'm an actor.
So now who is the one, or who are the ones that's doing all the trash talking? In other words, who's doing the trash talking, and what are they trash talking, or who are they trashing, or why are they trashing this? Let's go ahead and analyze this. Let's take a look. Well, let's take a look in the dictionary here. Our dictionary of society, that is to say Christian society. In other words, this will be the society that Christians are in charge of building, and which they are, in fact, making and upholding every day with every participation, every act of a behavior, that is repeated behavior, that is to say, because we know that society equals the behavior of the members of society, that is to say, the behavior of the members of society. That is repeated over and over and over again. And Christians are no different. They're members of society, and there is such a thing as Christian society. You can find it. You can find the foundation of this. It's called the Christian Internet. Also known as the human social media feed. The Christian industrial human social media pedial complex. There you have Christian society in a nutshell. And that's right alongside of regular society, because you can go ahead and participate in the human social media feed if you want to. And if you're Christian, then it's the Christian industrial human social media pedial complex. Don't forget to give the laugh so everybody knows it's just a joke. We're only joking, Christians. Yeah, this is just a few jokes. The Christian industrial human social media pedial complex, otherwise known as the Christian industrial human social media pedial sandwich board. Or you can say the complex sandwich board, whatever you want. Okay, let's get back to who's making all the decisions around here and why. So, now, who is doing the trashing, and why are they trashing? In other words, what is the basis of this society that we're calling Christian, or in other words, the Christian with an SS society? Or, in other words, a Christian SS with an SS society. And that's the kind of society we're talking about, friends. Christian society. And what kind are they building? Where are they making it? And who are they getting the supplies from? Or, in other words, who's making all the money? Because we know that a society is the economy, and the economy is things. Namely, a set of rules. One of those rules is this: certain things matter to the economy, and certain things matter to the economy more than other things. Or in different ways than some things, and some things different ways than other things. Or in other words, Black lives matter to the economy in certain ways sometimes, according to Christian society. According to the Christian industrial human social media pedial complex. Or sandwich board if you want to go ahead and insert that there, yes.
What's the deal with all these people that are trash talking?
Okay. Can we get a spelling please on the trash talking? Yes, hashtag TRASH. And then this a space, and then another hashtag, and then this TALK. And that spells the trash talk. Oh, and don't forget to add this in Jesus' name. Christians, you have another job, which is namely to trash anybody that's not Christians. No, I'm just joking around. These are just jokes. Come on now, let's just remember, these are just jokes. We're just joking around, Christians. Okay, can we get back to the trashing, please? Wasting a bunch of time on not trashing. Let's get back to the trashing, please. Hey, can I get that laugh in again? Yeah, go ahead. 3, 2, 1. Thank you. There's state-approved abortion. There's state-approved late-term abortion from 20,000 feet in the sky. State-approved abortion from 20,000 feet in the sky. 20,000 abortions from the sky. State-approved late-term abortion, 20,000 feet in the sky. Imagine abortions, 20,000 feet in the sky. There's state-approved abortion, there's state-approved late-term abortion, and then there's state-approved later-term abortion from the sky. There's state-approved abortion, there's state-approved late-term abortion from 20,000 feet in the sky. State-approved late-term abortion from 20,000 feet in the sky. Not to mention later-term abortion. State-approved late-term abortion from 20,000 feet in the sky. And how many are there? How many do you think? How many are there? There's 20,000 of them from the sky or more coming to a TV channel near you. There's state-approved late-term abortion from 20,000 feet in the sky. And there's state-approved later-term abortion from 20,000 feet in the sky. Oh, yeah. Then there's state-approved abortion in general from the sky. Sent to the satellites from your telephone, then down into your Sunday school. It's state-approved late-term abortion from 20,000 feet in the sky. 20,000 abortions from the sky. State-approved late-term abortions, 20,000 feet in the sky. Imagine abortions from 20,000 feet in the sky. And how many are there? How many do you think? How many are there? There's 20,000 of them or more coming down from 20,000 feet in the sky. From 20,000 feet in the sky.